unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited.
This is where we
Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. I love being black. I love being black. I love being black.
That's real talk, people. I love it. I tell you. Don't forget to share some love and send your boys some stars. If you don't, we ain't gonna fall out. All right, Miss Beasley. I see you. I see you. Live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. All right, let me put my hat on tonight. Like one of the moments tonight. Live, uncut, unedited. Miss Emma Harris, what's going on? I love being black. Oh my goodness, I love it. Keena Nicole, what's up, Keena? Keena, what's up with you? Mika Jeffries, what's going on? What's going on? I see you. Danisha Thomas. Lisa Love, what's up, Lisa? Gwen Thomas, what's up, Gwen? I see you. Monique. Claudia Lopez, what's up, Claudia? I see you. I promise I see you. Hello, Martin. I'm watching from your friend. What's that? Mama Sita. All right, Mama Sita. Hey, Mama Sita. Hey, how you doing? All right. Deborah Singleton. All right, good evening, everybody from Wisconsin in the house. James, I'm live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Is what?
Live, uncut, unedited.
That's what it is. Doretha Glass, what's going on? I see you. My buddy D, what's up, D? Tina Jefferson, what's going on, Miss Tina? Oh, my good. Sheila Rogers, what's going on, Sheila? All right, my goodness. What this name is? Like it is to see it. Okay, let me see. Evil. Oh, I can pronounce it. You got to help me out. All right. Xavier Dates. What's going there? All right. Xavier Dates, I see you. Donnell Thomas. Donnell. Okay, did I put up there? Hill. What's up, Hill? I see you, Mr. Hill. Vicky Lowe, what's up? Asrata. Andromeda 2, I guess. What's it? Andromeda 2. Okay, well, I hope I got it right. All right. Valisa Lewis. All right. Nathan, what's going on? People, what's going on? My buddy Eddie, what up, Eddie? I see you, bro. I see you. Love Sabrina, what's going on? Renee Jackson. All right. Mohammed Razel. What's up, brother? All right. One love. Renee Jackson. One love. I love being black. All right, people. I tell y'all what I want to talk about today. All right. I remember when Brandon Johnson and Paul Vallis made it to the runoff, and I put up a picture of Harold Washington and Brandon Johnson. So those of you, Stephen, what's going on? I see you. Love Sabrina, I see you. Nisha Thomas Taylor, I see you. Divine Order, yes, sir. Merlene Vance, I see you. I never said that Brandon Johnson was Harold Washington. But I tell you one thing, people. I was back there when Harold, I think I was in 8th grade when he first got in. I remember, couldn't vote. I was in 8th grade. And I remember clear as day how black people was mobilizing. And this reminds me, I voted for Harold Washington the second term he won. I was old enough at that time. I made 18. And I was 18 at the time, the second term when he died. And I did vote for Harold Washington. And I was saying in my mind, I said, man, this reminds me so much because so many politicians and so many people that look like Harold Washington gave him hell. And I'm not cousin, those that know me, I mean, just looked, just was hating, just hating. And I was like, man, and the thing that you would hear about, I need somebody that know history. You would hear about Harold Washington. He needed money to run. And he didn't have the money. He didn't have the money, but people put up the money. And one thing I remember when he had a busload of people come from, I think that was Atlanta, to help him out on this campaign, to rally. And man, we would have like rallies and stuff. I mean, man, I'll tell you, it reminds me of that so much. So many people are mobilizing. You just see people like, man, we got to do this. We got to make this happen. And I just see, man, listen, I see victory in the air. I smell it. My goodness, glory to God, I smell it. I tell you, people, some of you guys have not been around and you don't know. You just heard. You just heard. But I'm going to tell you, Stephen Dawkins, I see you. Donnell Hill, I see you. Hey, people, Odell, what's up, bro? Odell, I see you. I see you. I voted for Harold Washington. And I never forget, man, I was so excited about it. I remember I shook his hand. I was just so excited to meet somebody that looked like me, that was doing something great. People were doing something great. And that's a blessing in itself, man. I tell you, Tennille Spalding, what's going on? I see you. I see you. And Christina Trotter, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. Lisa Campbell, I see you. I see you. And I'm going to tell you, what was that? Cheryl Blakely, I see you, Cheryl. Jamal Harris, I see you. Tell the truth and shame the devil. That's right. All right. All right. Man, listen, Black people, we have a chance to make history, repeat history. Don't get me wrong, Brandon Johnson is not Harold Washington. But it's so many similarities that reminds me of how Black people are mobilizing. They doing fundraisers, they doing rallies and stuff, man. And I'm going to tell you, Harold Washington had a lot of haters, people. And they all wasn't white either. They wasn't all white. Okay. They wasn't all white. They wasn't all white, people. And I'm going to tell you, that's the gospel truth. I'll be eating my food too. I'm sorry, people, but I had to eat. And I want somebody to come on here that lived through that Harold Washington era and come on and call in and talk to me about it and tell us what they did back in the day. I tell you, Big Drew, old 79, what up, bro? Aaron Goodman, what's going on? Carla D. Johnson, I see you. I see you. Katie Brown, I see you. I see you. Is that Cherie Jones McGee? I see you. I see you. I see you. Monique, I'll tell you, people call in 872-299-0808, 872-297-6389, either or. And I tell you, people, this reminds me so much. We got to mobilize. We had people that was selling out the community back then. They didn't believe that a Black man could win. Chicago at that time did never have a Black man to win. And when Harold Washington won, I mean, the city council gave him hell, and I'm not cussing. That Najee Islam, I see you, brother. And I'll tell you, people, we ought to, Chris Moore, blessings, peace and blessings. Tanya White, I see you. I see Danisha Thomas, I see you. I see you. So somebody call in, let's talk about it. Because this is what I see. I see Black folks unifying. I see it. If you can see it, people, I see it. I see it. Fanita Whitehead, greetings and blessings. And we got an opportunity to do it. This election is happening April the 4th, the same day, 1968, Martin Luther King assassination in Memphis, Tennessee, at that hotel. We have a chance to put another Black man in office on the 5th floor of City Hall. We have that chance, people. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Don't worry about the naysayers, and all they doing is going to lie. They're going to twist the story up. They mad at a Black man that's wearing a suit and tie. I tell you, they mad. See, what they want, Mel Adams, what they want him out. They want Kim Foxx out. They want all these Black positions of power. That's what they want. I tell you. But we ain't going to let it happen. Just like they put out the rumor Kim Foxx letting criminals out. That's a lie. Kim Fox, listen. She's not the judge. She's a prosecutor. The prosecutor can't decide to let you in and out like that. They prosecute the case. Now, you have a right to pretrial. You have a right to a bond. If you can pay your bond, you can be released on the bond conditions. But they won't tell you that, people. They won't tell you. I need me some callers tonight. I tell you, people, now y'all don't wait till I start getting on here preaching, then start trying to call in now. I ain't going to take them calls. I need you guys to come call in, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. This is where we
tell the truth
and what?
And shame the devil.
That's all we're going to do. Tell the truth and shame the devil. That's it. That's it. That's it. I appreciate everybody that's supporting Brandon Johnson of all ethnicities. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Appreciate you. And I guarantee you, we will see a change. We will see a change. We will see a change, people. That's right. Black people got to get off the plantation mentality. Mentality. That's it. Some of y'all looking for favors. All right. Y'all looking for favors. Ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, people. All right. I need me a caller. I need a caller. Come on in. Come on in. I need some of them Paul Violence lovers, too. They can call in, too. I feel like beating up on somebody today. I need some of them on Paul Violence callers to call in. Come on, call in. Live, uncut, unedited. And you know what get me? I see a lot of these brothers out here that screaming they saying that they pro-black and they bagging the white man. That got a bad record. If you're going to bag somebody, bag a white man that's going to do something for black people. Bag him. My good. Tab Gamble. All right, I see you. Mel Adams, I see you. Modesta Otis, I see you. I see you. Call in, people. I need me a caller. My phone still working. Let me see. It's still working. It's still working. I need me a caller. Y'all don't know nothing about Harold Washington and his legacy? Come on now, people. I got to call him. All right, call him. Get call a few minutes. Get the prompts and have a snack. I'm all in, too, for Brandon. I'm all in. Got to call him. All right, caller, you should be ready. 9609. 9609.
Hey, Martin. How you doing? We missed you on yesterday.
Well, you're going to miss me a lot when you putting all them smart comments up there about me. I know. I meant to get you. Yes, you think I don't see it, baby. You talking about Tiffany. You right up there with Tiffany. No, you right up there with Tiffany. Because I see.
Don't put me up there.
Yeah, yes, you right up there with her. Both of y'all.
I see you eating.
Yeah.
No, man, you eat that in there.
No. I got to tell the truth.
Tell the truth
No,
and
what?
shame the devil.
I'm telling you. Come on with it. What you got to say?
That boy know me talking about that.
You right up there with Tiffany. Go ahead.
Just
The
everybody
little
come
slick
on down
comments.
and vote. Young
I
folks,
see it.
Come on out and vote.
Yeah.
Huh?
Come on with it. Come on. What you got
Come
to talk
on out and
about?
vote, young folks.
That's all you got to say.
I ain't had nothing. You said, yeah, you said just call in while you eating. And I saw that big old plate.
I got my oxtails and.
Ooh, that was a big old plate too.
Ain't a lot on here. There's not a lot on here though. Oh, Tiffany. Hey, there you go, Tiffany. Tiffany, hold on. Tiffany started something. You called her baby. You started something, Tiffany.
I'm gonna get off this one. I'm getting off this.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm gonna get off this line. You know, I was just calling. We miss you for real. Seriously, real talk.
I was on live yesterday. You missed me. I didn't. I went live earlier.
I saw you yesterday morning. Yeah, yesterday morning. It wasn't the evening.
That was too much. Hey, after I released all that energy, I was burned out for the nighttime. I ain't had nothing to say. I'm back. I had to go get rejuvenated.
We were looking a lot of Martin.
I'm live
I ain't
uncut.
gonna be commenting on your stuff. I ain't know you look at me like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see everything, baby.
No,
All,
I just
listen,
be messing
all
with you.
all
I just be
closed
messing
eyes
with
ain't
you. No,
sleep.
I'm gonna cut it out.
All goodbyes ain't gone. I see it. I see it. I see it.
Oh no, Martin, don't say that. I ain't gonna put
No,
no happy stuff up
I
there
see.
no more.
Hey,
No funny stuff.
no, hey, listen. I'm watching. Don't think I'm watching, reading, and I'm like, okay. I said, okay. I see it getting a little slick. I said, you think
I'll be playing with you. You know, you gotta have a little humor on the line now when it's getting all spicy on here.
All right. Well, we'll play on date night. We ain't gonna play on this when we talking about this election, because this is serious.
No. We be talking serious stuff now.
Yeah.
No, I know. I be saying
this
serious
is serious
stuff on here now. Now, I don't come with that foolery now when it comes to that. I'm talking about when it be getting all spicy up here. You got to keep it a little, you know.
Yeah. Hey, somebody said, okay,
meal.
Thank you, babe. I called the baby, y'all, so thank you. All right. I saw Paul Vallis had a lot of his haters today at UIC forum trying to trip Randon up on the defund the police BS. That's right. They can't do it, brother. What else they got to go on? They ain't got nothing else to go on. Let me tell you this. Let me just say this. Make sure my mic. Listen. The police budget is $1.9 billion. Out of all that money, over $100 million in overtime. How many crimes have they solved? How many parents that's out here, that's grieving parents, want justice for their children? How many? How many? Real talk. How many? Sophia Young, I see you. Listen, people, we have to learn history, people. Everybody know that the police, Chicago Police Department, is racist. Everybody know that. Even the police know that they got racist people, Proud Boys inside it. Racist. How could a racist person that don't like black people control the patrol the black community? So if a person racist, that means they hate you, they dislike you, and they're not going to service you properly. Come on now, people. Do our lives matter or what? Come on now. We pay the police salary. They don't pay us. I tell you, listen, all my life, white people in this country have been lying to black people. I'm 54 years old. They told us Christopher Columbus discovered America. They told us that, and that's a lie. They told us Jesus Christ was white. That was a lie. What else they lying about? Come on, man. Right. What else they lying about? And a lot of us right now still believe that Jesus Christ is white. I'll tell you right now. That's right. When you think if you hire 200 more detectives, promote them, could we solve more crime? You can't put 40 and 50 cases on one detective. That's not gonna get solved. When he come in with your case, they're gonna throw it on the desk. How many parents on here have called the detectives and they told you, don't call us, we'll call you when we know something? And it's 1 year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later, 5 years later. You haven't heard anything. That's why we got so much street retaliation, because these crimes are not being solved. They ain't talking about that, but you're talking about Kim Foxx letting criminals out of jail, but you don't tell the people that people have a right to pretrial or bond. Come on now. Big liars. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it because I'm going to tell the truth and shame the devil. What y'all want? You want the police to stop and frisk black men, racial profile black men? Is that what you want to do? Is that what you want? Voting for Paul Vallis is like going back to the 60s, telling you. And I'm going to tell you, the average black person that's voting for Paul Vallas is probably on his payroll. He made a promise to him. And I know he made a promise to Willie Wilson. Know it. Come on, man. Come on now. For Willie to go against his preachers and go the other way, he really must have had to promise Willie Wilson something. I'm telling you. And I think Willie Wilson probably would have been in the runoff if he had not said, take the handcuffs off the police and let them hunt the criminals down like rabbits. If Willie Wilson had said that, he might would have been in the runoff. I believe that. I believe that. I really believe it. Can't nobody tell me that. Can't nobody tell me that. I believe that. Somebody said, how much money they need to do nothing? Their clearance rate is terrible. They kill unarmed black people, and so many people have been exonerated because they was tortured. They don't want to talk about that, brother. They want to talk about defund the police. Brother didn't say it, defund the police. You know? He talked about a discussion, but listen, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. They still stick. Listen, even the people they trying to get, Lori Lightfoot took down the racist statues of Christopher Columbus. They trying to get Paul Vallas. He promised them to put it back up. Anything the black woman have done, he want to undo. People, and talking about it ain't about race. Come on now. Why you think all the white people voted for Paul Vallas? You think they voted because he got a good record? I don't think so. I don't think so. Listen, police got, I'm going to tell you how much technology they got. They got the spot shot detector, which is in the black communities. If you shoot a gun, that thing is accurate within 30 yards. It tell you what type of gun is being shot, how many times it's shot. They got the PH-1, PH-2, the police helicopter in the air. They got 2 of those that I know of. They got street intelligence. They got informants out here. They got the things that's on the police cars, plate readers. They got that. All right. Now you cannot, you can't even hear the live feed no more, the police scanner. So that's into 30 minutes. That's a 30-minute delay. They got that. I'm gonna tell you another. They got the facial identity technology. They on Facebook. They got a lot of things going on. They got the fingerprint thing. They got forensic science. They got it. They got the dogs. Man, they have a lot of technology. Trust me. $1.9 billion and no crime is being solved, especially in the black and brown community. I ain't even got to include the brown. I'm just say the black. You know they ain't solving no crime in black community. Come on now. Why is it downtown looking a certain way and the south side is looking a certain way? Why is it that? Is that because all the white mayors have been fair to us? Is that what it is? What is it? What? Ask yourself the question. Why we have so many vacant lots in the black community? Why we don't have a lot of black-owned business in the black community? So you tell me black people can't do business? Come on now. Just ask yourself that question. We have aldermen. Have our aldermen used their influence for their community? Ask yourself that question. Now we see foreign-owned businesses in the black community. They don't live in the black community, but they open up business in the black community. They can't come in the black community unless they go through the alderman and the mayor. They can't. That's it. Listen, people, we all are on the plantation. Seriously. As I always educate you, name me something that a black man own and control in this country. Name me something. Name me something. I'm waiting on. I've been waiting. Do you think Paul Vallas gonna allow you to own something and control something? Do you think Paul Vallas is gonna look out for black people more than he gonna look out for his own kind? Do you think that? I see you, Reb. I see you. Do you think that? It's not going to happen. Why you think You got 50-some% white police officers. You have 25% Hispanic police officers. You have 21% black officers. Why you think that? Why you think that racial disparity? And I can go on. The teachers is upside down. In the water department, why is it that white people got more jobs than everybody in every department? In the building department, why is that? Is that race, or is that racism, or is it both? What is it? Ask yourself that a question. Listen, people, those of you that supporting Paul Vallas, he promised you something. Listen, people, it's only a promise. If you don't get yourself up front, it's a possibility you won't get it. I'm telling you, why would a Republican dump millions of dollars to a Democrat? Well, call himself a Democrat. Why? Do that make sense? Shouldn't that scratch your head? Why would a hourly racist fraternal order police support Paul Vallas? Why would he accept money from them? Why? Ask yourself that question. Why? Something is not right, people. And listen, you got some of these brothers, they're ex-offenders, they trying to fit in, they changed their life around, and I ain't mad at them. But my ex-offenders brothers, trust me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, brothers. And y'all know I love you. I extend my hand to you. Trust me, it's not going to work, brother. Somebody's going to be left off the table, off the menu, because I know you're not sitting at the table. You're not going to do it. It's not going to do it. Trust me. All these promises, it's going to be a sad day, but it's going to be a glorious day, because we had one man executed 50-some years ago, 55 years ago, and we're going to elect another black man. We're going to make black history here in America, in Chicago, and I'm going to be part of the history. I'm going to cast my ballot for Brandon Johnson. I'm going to be on the right side of history. I'll be able to tell my grandchildren I voted for that young black man at that time. I helped him get in office. I'm going to be on the right side of history. I tell you. Don't you know when Martin Luther King came to the city of Chicago, he called the city of Chicago one of the most racist places he ever been. The white people hit him in the head with a brick. The white people did, not the black people did. Some of the black pastors wouldn't even allow him to come into their churches because they was listening to Richard M. Daley, the father. Did you know that? Everybody didn't clap for Martin Luther King, people. They didn't clap for Martin Luther King. You got some haters right now today. You'll never know it. They wasn't in love with Martin Luther King. They were jealous of him because he was a good speaker. He could move a crowd. Some men can't stand it. They desire that, but that's not their calling. The scripture said, many are called, but few are chosen. People. And I guarantee you, if you ask the average brother why they supporting Paul Vallas, it's because of money. They look for some satisfaction with their money or something for their organization. Not one time that I've ever had a conversation with Brandon Johnson or anybody in this camp about getting paid. Not one time. I'm going to say that clear. I'm not on his payroll. Brandon Johnson have not put $250,000 in my account like he have done to some of them people out there, $250,000. Then you got some people around here offering people $5,000 for them to endorse Brandon Johnson. Did y'all know that? Did you know they're trying to win the black vote? Because people, if Paul Vallas didn't have to come in the black community, he wouldn't step foot in his black community, because he know if he believed that if he didn't need your vote, he wouldn't come in the black community. Trust me, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. You know he wouldn't. All right, I got two callers. Reb, I think you was first, 6112. That Reb? 6112?
Yeah, what's going on, Mark?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Hey, I wanted to bring this up, right? At the meeting at my building, right?
Right.
So the event was supposed to start, 5:30,
Mm-hmm.
and Paul Vallis didn't show up until some after 6. But it was said that he had an argument with one of his campaign representatives because he thought that it was at 6 o'clock. I don't think that he thought it was at 6 o'clock. I think that he really didn't care about coming. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like they man, you should have seen them people up in there waiting on the 10 Paul. But I want to say this. That money is already out there. I know some of the people that got the money, and it's by putting out the flyers and everything like that. People already got money in their pocket. The sad part about it, the people that got money in their pocket are some of the gatekeepers in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And it's people that need income that don't mind not saying that they supporting Paul, but they don't mind working a job for this little season to get some money in their pocket. Do you know they being turned down talking about they too old? They being turned down talking about they too old to get out there. Now, when it comes to these leaders in the community that's for Paul Vallis, they already got their roster. They got their map. They got everything they need with their crew.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't caring about the ones who's not in the streets or who's not into their crowd.
Mm-hmm.
They still oppressing them.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they got that money.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're right. A lot of people gonna be left out. So some people getting it in right now because they know this is the way they can get it. And or the other organizations, if they ain't got that money in their account, they waiting on that money in their account.
Hey,
They
Rev.
gonna get that money in their account. But you're right. A whole
Hey,
bunch of
Pastor,
people gonna be
let me say this.
disappointed.
Let me say this. If I was on Paul Vallis' camp and was working for him, he would have to give me my money up front. Because, see, brother, I'm not going to go for that. Wait till I get in. Oh, no. You going to give me mine right now. See, white folks have lied to us many years. They've always instilled black people, y'all get y'alls in the sweet by and by. Hey, who said that? Elijah Muhammad said the white man heaven is the black man's hell. I'm serious. I mean, I got to tell the truth and shame the devil now. Listen, for those that out here working for Paul Vallis, you better get your money right now. Don't wait on it. You better get your money.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm telling you, listen, you're my black brother, my sister. I don't hate you, but you better get your money up front because April the 4th, we're going to be looking at Brandon Johnson. I'm telling you, go ahead, Rep. I'm sorry.
And the sad part about it, so you got Paul Vallis, then you got his campaign companions. But then there's people, I believe, that's the head of his Democratic organization that controls the money. And the sad part about this, they treating these people who are gatekeepers like they ain't nobody right now. Some of these people gonna be waiting on some money, waiting to get paid. Waiting to get paid. I done seen W-9 forms go out. I done heard people say that I'm gonna sit up there and we got to get in this because you got people right now holding us from getting our money. It's a chance that if we don't get these papers in on time, we ain't gonna get our money.
Black
already
people,
they fighting on how to get their money.
Hey, Rare. Didn't I tell them? You heard me tell them. Get your money up front. Listen. Up front. Listen. I'm telling you, black people, if I was working on Paul Vallis' camp, he had to pay me up front. Listen, I want all of mine. I don't want half. I want it all. I'm telling you. Trust me. He playing the role, people. Listen, let me give y'all some history, Brother Reb. I'm going to give you some history about. It was this governor, I think it's Governor Edgar. He had a lot of street people working for him. You mean? Yeah. He had a lot of gangbangers working for him back in the day. And when he got in, it wasn't 90 days or 60 days, something like that. All them indictments came down. A lot of them went to jail. I'm telling you, people. And you know somebody didn't get there what they supposed to get. I'm just telling y'all now, history can't. Listen, I'm your brother. I got to tell you the truth, brother. A real friend, a real brother will tell you in love. I'm not mad at nobody. You can choose whoever you want to choose, but I'm going to tell you how the outcome is going to come. That's all I'm telling you. So, brother, be careful. Be careful, brother. Trust me. This man have a history of not following through with his promises. He have a track record So I'm just telling you.
And the destruction he's caused to Chicago public school system.
All right, come on, sister. I'm gonna let you talk now. Go ahead. Go ahead, sister.
Shalom, Martin. I just want to let you know, I was a youth when Harold was in office, but I definitely believed in him, and I really wish that he didn't meet his demise as he did.
So he was
That's
killed.
another story, but
He was killed,
it's just
sister.
sad because it just seems like people were jealous of him and didn't want him to be who he was, and he as good of a person as he was to all of Chicago.
Mm-hmm. See, he was fair.
And,
Harold Washington, I'm gonna be honest
Yes.
with y'all. Let me just say something. Harold is the only candidate
I agree.
that I know outside of Brandon Johnson that talk about black people during his candidacy. I'm telling you, rest of them candidates,
Mhm.
minority, black and brown. You hear Brandon Johnson say black.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
I'm just telling you, listen to a lot of them politicians. They don't say they're afraid. This is the role they playing, Reb. They playing the role. They're getting along to go along. Because if they say too much about black, they don't want to sound like an angry black man.
Yes.
But let me just tell you something. Let me
Yes.
educate y'all a little bit. White folks don't respect cowards. They don't. They'll use you.
Amen.
Hold on, sister.
And neither do I.
They'll use you. And when they get done using you, you done. You done. They don't respect cowards. White people respect money and power. Listen, who's going to respect a traitor? Who's going to respect a snitch? Nobody. Because if you snitch on your
Nobody.
own kind, guess what? You'll snitch on me if you see me doing something.
You're going to snitch on them too.
They know it. Trust me. Like George Blakemore said, they are criminals that never get caught. They're like the rat that always get the cheese and get away. And that's the truth. They may not be out here gunning down black boys, but they putting the guns out here. They behind a lot of this, people. Trust me. Are we going to go with Brandon Johnson where he can invest into the youth, or are we going to invest into property? Which one are we going to do? We need our young black men and women. They need something to do. One of Paul Vallis supporters said this. He said, well, Martin, white people know if they don't feed their children going to eat them. Don't we see that right now? Our young people are not being fed. And guess what? They are preying on us right now. Some of us, including myself, had to watch. We had to look up and down, sideways, up and down, look around before we come outside. When we pumping gas, we looking around because we don't nerve. You know, people, if the young, listen, statistics says that when you have jobs and resources, crime goes down. It didn't say it stops. It goes down. It goes down. Our young people, Red work with a lot of young people, they need something to do outside of TikToking and rapping and all that type of stuff and holding up guns and all that. They need something to do, people. They need something to do. They want to spend their own money. We got our young people out here robbing Brinks trucks, shooting people, killing people, and all that. We need somebody to invest on the South and West side. We don't need to single out no one individual organization. Now, I'm for organizations getting funded. I'm not against that. Let me just make that clear. But your one organization shouldn't get all the money.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
true.
It shouldn't be just about
Well,
your
that may
one
be true,
organization.
but the aldermen are the gatekeepers.
Yeah. You said aldermen, yeah?
The aldermen are part in responsible for this, but also this starts at home.
Mm-hmm.
So the parents or the relatives of these people out here, these youth that's out here committing crimes, they should be talking to their people and tightening them up because they don't want their relatives to be gone. however which way you want to put it.
Hey, let me say this while it's on my mind.
They should be talking to their people,
Right.
tightening them up.
Listen, I heard Willie Wilson wrote in his report. I read it, that black people try to make this race about race. Come on now, people. Come on, people. Who you think majority voted for Paul Vallis? Let me ask you, who you think majority voted for him? Sister, I'm asking you a question. Who you think majority voted for Paul? Huh?
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm definitely sure that some of the black people voted for him.
That wasn't the question I asked. The question I asked, who do you think majority voted for Paul Vallis? That's the question I asked.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I asked.
The Caucasian.
All right then.
Money.
So, okay, hold on. Stop
money.
right there. Stop right there. Now, if the whites majority voted for Paul Vallis, but they tell us don't vote for Brandon because he's black, because you black. So you're going to tell us how to vote now, but you vote for a man because he's white. You've been doing it for centuries. Is that racism or what? Reb, explain that to me, Reb. Is that racist or what? What is it? What is it? Now you tell it.
It's definitely.
Yeah.
It's definitely racism.
Yeah.
It's definitely racism. And another thing that I see in it is that what's that alderman name? Raymond Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
He was there. He had at the building actually adored Paul Vallis at the building. And it's not about race. It's about I look at a certain type of ethnicity that it's about. It's not about race. The only thing about it that's making it about race is those that's with Paul Vallis. They're the ones on his side saying that it's about race. They trying to say that Brandon Johnson not black. They trying to say that Brandon Johnson is Haitian. No matter what, Haitian, black, African, he's still a man of color. He's dark-skinned man.
Brother, listen.
So when it comes to them on Paul Vallis' side making it about race, it's not true.
Listen to this, brother. If Brandon Johnson is not black, the sun is not yellow. Come on, brother. Come on. Come on now. This is white folks talking now. This is white folks talking. Why is it, hold on. Why is it white folks, hold on, sister, hold it. Why is it when we see a video, a man running and the police shoot him in the back, and what do white people tell? Oh, wait, let the veteran play. They always try to dictate. Sister, you got to let me talk now. I'll call on you when I need you. All right. Listen, my point, people, why? They tell us, well, we should be mad. They tell us how to protest. Protest peacefully. Now, that police shot that boy down like a dog. But you want us to come there and we shall overcome. You want us to come in peace. But you coming in violence. That's what get me, people. Listen, black people, when are you guys going to wake up? When are you going to wake up? Listen.
It's too late.
Listen, you got to hold on, brother. $1.9 billion. The police budget is $1.9 billion. Now, think about this. Now, we're not going to take nothing from the police. We're going to let them have that $1.9 billion. We say we don't touch that. But what about all these black families that got missing girls, daughters and sons, and these homicides? None of them been solved, people. The clearance rate is terrible. Is it because it's not enough police? Is it because they don't care? Is it because of racism? Or is it they don't have enough resource? What is it, people? Why is it these crimes are not getting solved in the black community? Why is it? You got to ask yourself that question. Now, if the police department is racist and they've already admitted that there's racism in the police department, how could a racist come into Inglewood and patrol Inglewood and do right by the people that he hate or don't like? It's not going to happen, people. It's not going to happen. Now, I'm not telling black people that we should not be accountable for our own sins and our wrongdoing. But also, the police should be held in a higher standard accountable for police crimes. That's what I'm saying. I'm not anti-police. You never heard me say F12. I call the police, and I'm going to make them do their job. Let me get in a car wreck. I'll call them in a minute. I got another caller. Let me see what this caller is. 7938. Go ahead, bro. 7938. Go ahead.
Hey, Mark.
How you doing? Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, I feel your point. Your point and everything, and I feel like if he do become our next mayor,
who you talking about? Who you talking about first? Who you talking about, sir?
And then he has a lot on his table.
Brother, who you talking about? Because I didn't hear you talking. Who you talking about?
It's not going to take a turn. It's going to take 2 turns for us to feel
Big brother.
anything.
Big brother.
Now it's just going to take a turn.
Brother, I'm asking, who are you talking about? Vallis or Paul Johnson?
Brandon Johnson.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I just need to hear that. Okay, go ahead. All right, that's all I want to know, so I know how to ask you. Go ahead, brother. Talk. Go ahead.
It's going to take 2 turns for us to feel anything. 1 turn ain't going to do it, man. That's all I want to say.
Okay, I agree with that.
All right, Martin, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, thanks. I can go with that.
I agree with that.
It didn't take 4 years to get us in this stuff, so it took some years. All right, I got another caller, 9433. Come on, caller. You're live, uncut, unedited. 943.
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Good.
I think it's going to take 8 years for Paul to get everything together. Because don't nothing really happen overnight.
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. All right, let me ask you a question. Hold it right there.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you want Paul Vallis Brandon Johnson to do if he get in? Which I know he's going to get in, but what is it that you want him to do? What is it that you want to see? That's what I want to know.
I want to see him help us. All these politicians get in office.
Help us.
Don't ever help us.
Help us in what way? Help us in one way, sister. In what way?
Help us in all the way. In the youth, our youth is crying out for help. Our youth is really crying out for love. So don't say what you're gonna do on the commercial. Do it. It's time to show up. Show up.
You know, I want to say, it's gonna, and I can sympathize with what she's saying on wanting Brandon Johnson to help us. First off, him being able to be where he's at right now in this runoff is helping us because it's giving us some type of hope outside of the mess that we're seeing in it. One thing that I believe that we're gonna have to do is not only help Johnson get into the office, but once he get into the office, because I keep on hearing people say, help us, help our youth. Help us, help our youth. Love on our children. First of all, that's not Brandon Johnson's job to love. He's doing all the love he can right now by running to make it better in what his agenda is. But once he gets inside that office, we got to do our part. I mean, right now they have an open gate for us. And I talked about on my live earlier. They got an open gate for us, not knowing it, that when you got that PAC, the PAC, when you got the LSC dealing with the schools, parents, and I'm trying to engage and encourage them, start getting inside these schools. Show Brandon that we do care. He can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? but we got to show him that we care. So, like, I'm really hoping that inside the 4 years of this, we start using the platform of the LSCs and jumping on the committees for our children. That we start using the platform of the parent advisory, because we got more power inside those when we come in numbers inside some schools like that than we think. The LSC got the right to sit up there and vote where a principal say in 4 years. The LSC got the right to vote on how the budget inside the schools that's being given to the schools is spent. So we can't continue to say the fifth floor got to help us. The fifth floor, the right person on the fifth floor gonna do what they got to do. But even if he sit up there and do what he got to do, and we still not doing what we got to do, it ain't doing nothing. Do you know that right now inside these schools, when their kids are taking these tests, they're not taking these tests based on the need of the kids. They're taking these tests based on an assessment of what stakeholders are thinking. You know what stakeholders is?
Mm-hmm.
They are the investors, these private owners, the Ken Griffins, and everybody got their money in the pot to sit up there and invest in what it is that's gonna happen. They the ones that decide what curriculum and what education our kids get. They the ones that decide, you know what I'm saying, how much money the schools get, because they are the friends of people like Paul Vallis, or those that gatekeepers.
Exactly.
That even in Brandon can't even see everything unless he have the right people around him that's not going to betray him by doing us wrong. If you watch The Wire, I watched The Wire today, right? I watched The Wire today, right? And I had to go back because The Wire is like a Bible to the streets. It'll tell you a lot of what's going on even on today. And they had an incident with Carcetti. If y'all know The Wire, Carcetti became mayor.
Come on, Rev, you can't run him down.
Mayor, he ran to people.
I don't want you. Okay, come on, bro. You know,
murders.
Go ahead, bro.
There was murders that was going on, and they made them thinking that the homeless people was being put inside these abandoned buildings. But at the same time, the police was beating up the numbers and saying that it was a homeless serial killer out there when it was really drug dealers and stuff, you know, they're killing people and putting them in abandoned house. So the line and stuff, we got to sit up there and engage in these schools and make sure that anything that the enemy is trying to bring in tactics don't come to us. That's what we got. We got to help Brandon too. We can't just say we looking for him to help us. We got to help him too.
Yeah. Let me just say something. Somebody said that we always talk good game, no cover. Listen, we come up with solutions. We just don't know how to fight properly. A lot of us, we don't. Number one thing, if we stick that, we don't need every black person to be in agreement with us. We need enough. More than half. I'm telling you, if you waiting on every black person to get on board, it's not going to happen. Trust me. You're going to always have those that love master. If master sick, they sick. You're going to always have that. So, you know, you exclude them. But we need enough black people to get things done. And I've always said this. The greatest nuclear bomb in the world is when black men and women can come together on one accord. And we don't need a pistol. We'll change the world upside down. We ain't got to break a window. We ain't got to loot a store. That's all we got to have love. When you got love for somebody, you got patience. You want to see them do great. You're not hateful. You're not jealousy. You're not envy. That's love. You know, love, and you ain't going to do no. Listen, if you love your daughter properly and your son properly, you're not going to do no wrong to them. You're not going to do no ill. If you love your husband, if you love your wife, you're not going to bring no harm to them in no kind of way. None. So that's my point. I'm not taking no anonymous calls, so you can hang up, caller, or I can boot you off. It don't make, whoever you are, I'm not taking no anonymous callers. I'm telling you, at all. So you can hang it up. You will not be talking on here unless your number is showing. You better get a Google number or something if you don't want your number to show. So let me say this, Rev, and to my guests. I want to say this to you guys. All we have to do, what we're doing now, mobilize. Everybody, we send text message, put it on your social media and all that. Why you think so many trolls coming to my page? Because I have the attention of a lot of people. And that ain't come by lying to y'all, making up stories, or begging y'all for money.
Exactly.
I have so many people that watch my page, don't give a 2 cents about Martin Johnson, but they want the information that I put out. I don't like the boy, but you know what? He do be making sense. He do be telling the truth. So it does make sense. And I know that. And like I tell people, you may not like the messenger, but you better listen to the message. One thing about I do on here, I ain't gonna lie on nobody, not on purposely. Anyway, not on purpose. But I know an enemy of black people when I see one. I got sense enough to know that. I ain't been on this earth that long, 54 little long years. Hey, I know when I see a devil spirit. I know it. The scripture says Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light. Come on, brother. Where you come from? Where have you come from? You're only good as your last game in Hollywood. Listen. I love Michael Jordan. Those of you probably wasn't in the era. Michael Jordan was the bomb. But right now, you got LeBron James. You had Kobe Bryant. He's dead. You got other athletes right now. That's great. This is their day right now. This is their day. And I'm going to tell you, people, don't be on the wrong side of history. Remember all them pastors that went against Martin Luther King and those politicians? Right now, they're quiet. They would never tell you against Martin Luther King. Some of your parents did. Went against Martin Luther King. They call him all types of names. Went against him. Some of you religious institutions, you went against Martin Luther King, and look at today, you're enjoying the fruits of his labor. Now, was he perfect? I said, no. It's some things that he could have done better. Yes. But we do see things that he's done, made a difference. Civil rights movement is over with. It's a new day now. You got young folks. Listen, they dead already, a lot of them. You hit them, they hitting back. They're not finna get on their knees and let you spray water hose, sick dogs on them and don't do nothing. They not cut out from that cloth. Right. They're not gonna take what our parents took and what we took. They're not just terrorizing the black community. They're terrorizing all communities. All communities are getting hit by crime.
Yes.
And my thing was, I was so upset with Chicago, North Side. You guys have lived for many years with, I ain't gonna say a crime-free, but you didn't have to go through a lot that we've been going through in these communities. Drug infested, prostitution, gang infested. You know, you didn't have to go through that. You didn't have to go through none of that. Shooting, drive-by shootings and all that. Every now and then you get a little, get a little something, but it's not like in the black community. We've been suffering for so long. We've been crying for so long. You got officers that come in the community that we call the police on certain people, and the police go back and tell them that we called. And you wonder why we don't trust the police.
Yes.
Oh, that's real.
You wonder why we don't trust the police.
Hey, Mark, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Mark, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
I'm reading now. They saying that Biden, Tammy Duckworth, and Prisoner and Dick Durbin, they haven't weighed in on at all who they are favoring in this campaign. Do you know why?
No, you tell me.
They want to be reelected.
I mean, first of all, I think one of the big reasons is they saying that Biden, that he favored like the LA, that race, and the person who was more on, hey, funding police, he favored them. But here they're saying that this is a particular compelling option. They can't vote yet. I just don't understand why are they not getting behind the candidate? Like, what is it?
Let me just tell you this. I got a new call too. Let me just say this, brother, Pastor. They're straddling the fence. They're weighing their options. They race first all day. You better believe that. I ain't mad at them. But I'm hearing that JB might be running for president. And they're having a hard time. White men have a hard time for black men voting for them. They know it. These white politicians have to grab a black woman to get the black man vote. Black men is not voting for white men like that anymore. They know it. 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 Let me see what this new caller got to say. Hey, new caller, 4722. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, how you doing, man?
All right, good.
Yeah, okay, good. I think you got to simplify the battle lines. You know, I keep hearing people draw things against racial lines instead of more of a humanitarian line, because, you know, there are enemies in every color. It looks like every one of us. And each one of us, by our intent, will be judged by our intent. You know, and the thing is that we need to, we can unify the enemy. It will be one enemy that we're all looking for, and it will unite humanity.
Brother,
to fight one enemy.
Brother,
so that we don't have to fight each other.
Is this Brother Will?
Make it simple before you interrupt me.
All right, bro. Come on now. Come on now, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you talk.
Okay. Look, humanity needs a common enemy. This is the only way to unite humanity. It doesn't matter what the racial lines are. Your intent will show, because your intent is either to cheat humanity and serve yourself, or to, let's say, cheating humanity is the enemy of humanity. So if we personify the cheat and put every evil imagination on the cheater, so that we can all hate the same thing. We can all look. Any intent to cheat humanity is the word of God, where it says it is a discerner of the intents of the heart. The intent of the heart. Are you intent to cheat humanity? Because Jesus died for humanity, all humanity. So if you keep drawing things along racial lines, it won't work.
Brother, let me speak now.
You have to unite everybody.
Brother Will. But come on now, brother. Come on now, brother.
My name is
Nathan. Okay, let me see something, brother.
And it's a real simple advertising campaign.
Brother, listen, brother. Come on now. Do you think black people? Hold on, brother. Let me talk. Do you think, and you're a black man, the way you sound, as a black man, my parents never taught me to hate white people. Now, I can't say that about white people. Now, how many years? Hold on, brother. Hold it. How many years we've been in this country and white people asked us to do this and do this, we did that, and they still mistreat us. The Indians, they had 4,000 peace treaties with the Indians and something. And they have broken every last one of them. Okay, hold on, brother.
Absolutely.
I'm just speaking the truth now. And listen, we all have a common enemy, the devil. Okay? But also we have a natural enemy, because there's an enemy that hates this complexion right here, brother. Now, whether we want to see it or not, or believe it or not, but it's real. So you telling me we've been in this country for 400 some years, we don't own or control nothing. What is that? We don't control no water. We don't control food, the military, the laws, the police, nothing, no entertainment, nothing. Now hold on, brother.
Like you said, okay.
Who want to see us military, or what you say? Listen, brother, they're not trying to be one with us. They've already proven that, brother. They want the superiority. That's what they want, brother. It's proven. The history books have told us. Those who forget, refuse to learn their history, are bound. I'm telling you, brother. Listen, you're trying to make peace when there ain't no peace, brother. Listen, King Solomon, if you want to quote the Bible, if you want to quote the Bible, listen, brother, listen. If you listen, everybody, listen, brother, listen, brother, listen, brother. Let me come on now, brother. Let's talk in 2023 terms. God is, and I'm a firm believer in God. But King Solomon said, he said that there's nothing new under the sun. Also, he said there's a season and purpose for everything. It's time to die, time to live, time to cry, time to war. We're in war, brother, for our life. We're in war.
Time for God's wrath.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yes. We're not in peaceful times right now.
For God's wrath.
Brother, listen, our children out there killing each other because they're starving. But we praying. We praying and ain't nothing happening, brother. Listen, why you think our young people don't look up to us, brother? Brother, listen, I ain't gonna let you over talk me now. I ain't gonna let you over talk me now, brother. I ain't gonna let you over talk me now. I ain't gonna let you do that. I ain't gonna let you do that, bro. Listen, I'm a firm believer in God, but I know reality too. I see it. I'm not in denial. People, let's keep it 100% real. As a black race here, we never committed genocide on white people. We don't do that. Matter of fact, we so loving with white people that we don't even forgive each other. We quick to kill each other than another race. That's how it is. It's a black man right now, black teenager right now, walking around with a gun, loading up a gun right now. He ain't ready to shoot no white person. He got that gun for another black person.
Nope.
You better believe that. Another black person. I got to tell the truth. Y'all talking about humanity. There don't want to be no humanity with us. It's in the Constitution. 3/5 of property. That's what we are. They haven't changed that. It's still there. That's there. Come on, man. You're trying to live in peace with somebody that don't want to live in peace with you. You can't. This wartime. Now I believe in prayer during war, but we on the battlefield. We're fighting for our survival. We fighting so hard to get to 5th floor to keep our young men from getting shot down and gunned down by the police. Ain't nothing gonna be done about it. That's what we fighting for. Man, listen, I sat among a bunch of preachers, and that was they was concerned. We're not finna let these white cops come in our community and gun down our young boys. That's what they were concerned. We're not going back to the 60s. I'm not in love with my enemy. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not in love with him at all. Trust me. We have a spiritual enemy, and we also have an enemy against his flesh right here, this color right here. The devil is a spirit, and he gets in people and act out his ugliness. History tells us that. So for y'all to come on here and talk about God, and you can't treat your wife right, you can't even love your brother right, shame on you. The scripture said, how can you say you love God whom you've never seen and you see your brother every day? I'm telling you, some of y'all, you treat your animals better than human beings. You will see a human hungry and you won't give them nothing. But if you see a homeless animal or something, you'll feed them. That's how dwell the love of God in you. You're evil, you're hateful. You get on here talking about God. Well, you got to show characteristics of God. So don't come on here with that and talk about humanity. No, they ain't trying to be one. They don't want us to eat. We're not eating. We fighting for crumbs, people. Crumbs. These CEOs getting $8 million plus bonuses. And we left in the dark, scraping. Young men robbing us, and we live from check to check. We fighting. We've been taught all our lives in church, Rev, pastor, we'll get ours in the sweet by and by. That's what we've been taught. Why we got to wait to get ours? The Bible said the meek shall inherit the earth. That's what the scripture said. He said he gave man dominion.
And the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous.
That's it. And we got to wait to get ours. Something ain't right.
Yeah, but the clergymen been selling us out.
I know
to
it.
the politicians.
Something's not right. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
reading that.
And I'm not saying politicians.
I'm reading that, Brandon.
Yeah. Listen, God sends a prophet
I'm reading that.
to his people. He don't send no politician. Thus said the Lord. This is what God, he sends a prophet to speak to his people. The scripture said, Jesus said in his word, my sheep hear my voice, and a stranger they would not follow. He said, many are called, but only few are chosen. That's what he said. And everybody called on the name of the Lord ain't for the Lord, people. You better believe that. Many gonna come to me in that day and say, Lord, I've done this in your name. I've done this in your name. And Jesus gonna say, depart from me, I know you not, you worker of iniquity. See, God knows all our heart. The Bible said the heart is desperately wicked. Who can know it? People, we got to get right before God. If my people, which are called by my name, humble ourselves and turn from our wicked way, God will heal our land. Listen, people, this thing is real. These folks don't want to lock arms with us. Why you think they got white churches and black churches? They're not trying to hear that. They're not trying to hear that. And they have shown you over and over. How many black people have hung white people on trees and cut their testicles off? We don't get down like that.
A whole lot.
We don't get down like that. Now you got some white people out here, they're not going to hang you to a tree. They're not going to call you the N-word, but guess what? They're going to give you a hard time on that job. They're going to make it where you don't get that bank loan, that car loan. They're going to make it where you can't get that house. They ain't going to kill you now. They ain't going to kill you. But there's different levels of racism.
Not like that.
I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Why is it that all the black people's faults and failure is on the mainstream media? Why is that? If I didn't know no better as an adult, I would think everybody that's black is committing crime. I would think that by watching the news. I would think that white people don't commit that much crime. That's what I would think. When I go to, listen, when I go to the court, traffic court, who in there?
7 till 5, that's why they say it's for entertainment.
Listen, I see black people and Hispanic people in court. So I'm saying, man, ain't no white people in here. They don't break laws. They don't run lights. They got all their insurance. This is what I see, people. You talking about humanity. These people don't care about no humanity. This is real. Now, thank God for some folks that don't think like that and don't operate in that. But it's real. Listen, that's why we can't get ahead, because America do not want to have a real dialogue about race. If they do, they have to treat us right, and they don't want to treat us right. You can ask any white person in this country, do you believe that black people are treated fair? If they're honest, they'll tell you no. They know it. If they're honest. Those of you that got a white parent, ask your mom or ask your dad. Ma, do you think black people be treated fair in this country? They'll tell you no if they're honest. Why is it that? Why?
Yeah, honestly, it don't matter because
I mean, I'm just being honest.
Exchange their place with you.
Right. I'm just being honest. Now, don't the white people read the Bible? Don't the black people read the Bible? Don't the Spanish people read the Bible? Don't the African people read the Bible? But we still got different churches, separate churches. We still segregated, people.
59th Street is 65.
We
City block.
Yeah. We separated, people. It's by design. You got white people don't want to live next door to black people. Vice versa. vice versa. So
Yep.
listen, we tried. White people told us to go to school. We went to school. Stay out of trouble. We stayed out of trouble. You still giving us hell. You tell us to get married. We got married. You told us to fill out an application. We didn't get it. I mean, it's like every time that we reach a level, we like push back down. You told us 40 acres and a mule.
Mhm.
We never got it. You don't even want to talk about it. We talking about reparations. Oh, well, we got to do a study first. But you got people that have gotten reparations, and they atrocity didn't even happen in this country, but they got it, our tax dollars. We're financing our own oppression in this country. Don't nobody care about black people. Nobody. Trust me. Nobody, people.
Mhm.
I'm telling you that. Even some black people don't care about black people. That's real talk. Listen,
That's true.
Amen.
listen, I got to tell the truth, people.
Mhm.
We don't listen. I know y'all got white friends. I got some white friends. I know that, associates, but they got to be told the truth. I'm not going to be quiet. Listen, if I got to die for the truth, so be it. We down for dice games. We down for a 5-point star, a 6-point star. We down for a diamond. We down for domestic violence. We down for running off with somebody's drug. Why can't we die for something that's worthwhile? The truth. Protecting
Mhm.
our black people, our black women, our black children. We die for everything that don't mean nothing. Sleeping with another man's wife. Come on, brothers. He got red on. He can't come over here. He got his head to the left, right. He can't come over here. Something is wrong with us. Somebody have played a game with our mind. We have been possessed, full of hatred. The ones have lied to us. We in love with them. Trust me. If a man can pay another man $200-some million in 4 years on a basketball court, imagine what he making. Imagine what he making. Come on now, people. Imagine what he can make if you can afford to pay a man that much. People, this is real. And I'm going to tell you, this is serious. This is serious. Everybody wasn't in love with Martin Luther King. Who you think killed Martin Luther King? If they didn't kill him, they had something to do with it. Some of the people around him.
Mhm.
They set it up. Probably got paid.
I agree.
They set it up.
I agree.
Listen, people, we living in some real times where black people hate black people. They walking around with a gun right now, waiting on to get into an argument, waiting on somebody to cut them off from the street, waiting on some black person to say something they don't like so they could justify shooting them and blowing them away. And they know they got a good chance here in the city of Chicago to get away with murder because of the clearance rate. And let me say this to y'all parents. Your sons and daughters that's getting shot down in the city of Chicago, if they got a criminal history, the police is not going to do a thorough investigation. They're not going to do it. They feel like it's a waste of taxpayers' dollars.
I agree.
I'm going to tell you.
Yep.
I got to tell the truth now. Don't get mad at me now. Don't cuss me out. I'm just telling you the truth. And they showing us every day. I know Pookie was a killer, but he didn't deserve to get killed broad daylight. And once they find out who Pookie was, you know what? Put that bag over him, let him die. Boom. Send him to the morgue. You know, they'll come around with a little pad and play it off a little bit. And the parent call in, here go the report number. If you hear anything, see call, let us know. Listen, is there a parent on this live right now? When you call into Chicago detectives for your loved one being murdered, this is what they tell you. He is not in right now. He's in the meeting right now. He's on vacation. Don't call us. We'll call you when we get
So
something.
that's why you go in the office.
Right. I'm just telling you, this is the things that they tell us. Then they tell us, oh, the detective that was working on your case, he's no longer working here no more. He got promoted. He's not here. People,
or they'll try to treat you
Thi-
like
right.
you did something.
This is we talking about $1.9 billion budget. Is this what we paying for out of our taxpayers' dollars? Why can't we get service like the North Side service? Now, just the other day, think about this, Rev.
Exactly.
Logic. Let me say this. Think about this. Logic. A white man took a gun from a police officer. Now, I don't know what ethnicity the officer was. Took his gun away from him and fired it. Now, you know he didn't fire it in the air. He fired it at that police officer. You know that. Now, if somebody take your gun, can you imagine somebody taking your gun from you and just shooting it in the air? That ain't going to happen. They're going to shoot at the officer person they try to.
No.
He lived to tell about it. Now, let that have been me or Reb. We'll be dead right now. Just for even reaching.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Just for even reaching.
I wouldn't even have it. I get shot for reaching. Yep.
That's all
Can
I'm
I
saying.
say something?
Yeah, hold on. I'll let you talk. That's all I'm saying, people. That ain't racism. What is it? We know what it is. Call it out, people. Quit being coward and call it out.
Racism, prejudice, favoritism.
Right.
Racism is favoritism.
And y'all remember this. You remember when black men used to get killed in the community and they leave their bodies out there 3 or 4 hours and the mama just start crying and hollering and screaming and all that? That's terrible. Only in the black community. They don't do that no more in Chicago like that no more. Because they stopped that. Thank God for some of the black commanders like, no, we ain't gonna do that. If he died right, if he did right there, we're not gonna let that body sit right there and traumatize our community.
Pick it up right away.
Pick it up right away.
Right away.
Okay, go ahead, my dear sister. Go ahead. You wanted to say something. Go ahead. 9433, I think.
I had one to say, I had one to say, you are telling the truth because when my daughter ran away, the Chicago police did not help me. It took the Cook County Sheriff to step in. And it's a crying shame that we go to work and pay our tax. We paying a paycheck. So we ought to get the same service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We ought to get the same services that the North Side is getting.
Yeah, and that's right.
We need to get that same attention.
Mm. And let me just say something too. And that's correct. I believe that. Why is it that in Mount Greenwood, they can get good police service, in Beverly, they can get Hyde Park, they can get good service up North Side,
Yes,
Lincoln
sir.
Park, Magnificent Mile. But when it comes to the black community, we nothing.
They do. Or
Nothing.
some of the officers act like they scared of their own shadow.
Mm.
Or if you
And-
call
and
on
let me
something
tell you
and then
something.
they'll
Hey,
come
Reb.
and let the
Reb.
people know that you called.
Reb, let me ask you a question, Reb.
Yep.
Say that I was a drug dealer, okay? I got kilos, okay? And I'm distributing drugs out to the community. And people, the drugs that I'm distributing out to these local drug dealers, they sell it to people and people are dying. So who's responsible? Just ask me, who's responsible?
Well, it's not the drug dealer that's responsible because the drug dealer is only doing what he can do because he ain't got no job. That is his job. But those that manufacture the drugs,
That's where
they
I'm
know what
going.
they was doing when they was putting the drugs into the certain community that had drug dealers. They know that. If we go back to the streets, when they got that $1 million from the government, and they brought it back, they was meaning to put the $1 million in the community to do what's right. So the $1 million came $1 million check. But behind that, now you're under our obligation. We bought you. So now look, we want to put these drugs over there. We want to put these guns over there. You know what I'm saying? That's what Reagan them did. We want to put all this over there. And you got no other choice but to sell it. They try to say, oh, that was a rich man, white man. No, it wasn't. Drug is a drug. And it was meant to sit up there and be set out to do exactly what it did. They knew that the rich white man had a high dollar to pay for a high price, but they weren't going to get it stepped on the way they was stepped on when it jumped inside these communities. And they flooded these communities with them drugs. You know what I'm saying? They gave it to them kids. It wasn't our forefathers and the street leaders that did it, the Fords and the Hoovers. They wasn't with that. Nixon, they wasn't with that. They was about getting a check to sit up there and better their community. But then when their kids grow up, because they took them off the scene, what you think the kids gonna do? That's like my son said up there. I put him on the stove, but I leave the stove and let him, my 7-year-old son, handle the fire in the pot on the stove. I know damn well, you know what I'm saying, he don't know what he's doing. So I put him in danger, knowing that his mentality is gonna handle that stove and that pot different than how I would with my responsibility of it. He ain't got no responsibility. So them kids or the younger generation, they got them drugs flooded. They had no responsibility. They didn't know how to sit up there and take the drugs out because they took the fathers away. So the fathers couldn't stand on them about leave that drugs alone. You better not get out there and do that. That's what Mick did. Mick didn't let his boys out there dealing with no drugs. But once they killed him and he got off the scene, then look, once they knocked Ford out the box, because these are men who was governing themselves. Any white man don't want you to govern yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hold on, I got a new caller, Reb. Hey, caller, 0747.
Hey, Martin, it's Kathy. How you doing?
Hey, Kathy. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Good. Go ahead.
I'm good. You know what? I don't know if W.B. Du Bois, I believe, made the statement, and it said basically we're relying on a system that was never intended to protect us. It wasn't designed for us. But I'm saying it to say this, just like on the north side of Chicago, when they had the shooter in Howard Park and he shot all those citizens there, they had all kinds of resources for them. They had psychologists, psychiatrists. I mean, they had service dogs. I mean, just the work the next day when those people were shot. But you know, you have a mother on East 71st Street and her baby is shot in the head right in front of her in a car. They don't provide any resources for her. You know, there are no psychologists to talk to her, no assistants or anything. So it's two different worlds. It's a black world and a white world. And of course, the folks in Highland Park, you know, money talks. And they've got plenty of money. So of course, they're going to get the resources. And on the South Side, they can care less. They just figure, hey, that baby, you know, was shot. And we're just supposed to live with that because they feel this is how we live and we don't deserve any better. So it's unfortunate, but this is the way it is. I don't know if it's going to ever change, not anytime soon. You know, they're never going to respect us right now. They consider black people basically like we're out of style. The Hispanics are getting everything. The gays are getting everything. The Asians are getting everything. And we're getting absolutely nothing but left behind. That's what we're getting. And a bunch of excuses. So, you know, basically that's my comment for tonight.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. I love that. Listen to Kathy. I agree with everything you said. And listen, people, why is it that white people always say that we racist? Because we saying I love being black. You know, they always try to flip the script. You know what I'm saying? Flip. We say Black Lives Matter. They say all lives matter. It's always trying to flip something. Always something.
Blue lives matter.
Yeah, blue lives matter. Always something that, you know, and think, well, don't vote for Brandon Johnson because he's black. But you vote for Paul Vallis. You've been voting for years, white. Now you want to tell black people. Always done it. You got some white people right now that listen to me. You know who you are. You won't buy nothing from a black person. You won't support their business. If you know it's owned by black, you ain't gonna spend no money with it. You know it. You know it. And if you spend something with them, you're gonna steal it in a sense. Not steal, literally steal, but get it at a cheap price. That's what I mean, steal. So I don't want nobody accuse me of saying something.
We should learn to do the same thing.
Yeah.
We should shop and with our own.
Yeah.
I bet you one thing, if black folks really did that and put their money on all these white banks and got a black bank, it'd be a whole different story. Because money talks. I don't care what people say. This is nothing but money. That's what people pay attention to. Anyway, that's my comment. Good night.
All right, good night. Listen, and we need to practice group economics. Group economics. Listen, people, talking about racism and discrimination, white people don't want to talk about it. Oh, y'all always whining. Y'all always complaining. You know, y'all see Oprah Winfrey. You see Michael Jordan. You see Obama. Y'all always complain. What more you want? That's what they tell us. Forget slavery. Get over it. It was the past. This is what they tell us, black people. You never hear them tell the Jews,
Closed loop
forget the
economics.
Holocaust. They never tell the Jews that. They never tell the Jews to forget their history. They're always talking about black on black crime. They never say white on white crime. They never listen. They always say black people got a low to vote turnout. They never say about white people. It's always black. Black this, black that, black this. They love throwing it in our face. They love, oh, you people don't cut your grass. Oh, you people don't do this. That's what they you people when you hear them. And listen, when you hear a white person say this, I don't see color, you better run far as you can run away from them because they're lying to you. They see it. Why is it Chicago, since Chicago don't want to vote on race, why are we so segregated? Why can't we just be a real melting pot? No one white neighborhood, no one black neighborhood, no one Hispanic neighborhood. You know, no one this neighborhood. We all mixed in. They don't want that. And the reason why that is so they can distribute the money a certain way and give the money to who they want to give it to. That's it, people. I'm telling you, that's it. That's it. Because as long as they keep us segregated, they can get this one more and more and don't say nothing. Now, you know how we are. If somebody give us a little bit more money and tell us not to say nothing, we ain't going to say nothing. We're going to keep it to ourselves. I'm telling you. We might have a whistleblower every now and then. Come on, people. I'm telling you the truth. Now, I remember you can go downtown and you can feel safe and walk on the lake and walk down the Magnificent Mile and shop and go to the water towers and feel safe. It's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. People are getting killed downtown. People are getting carjacked downtown. Downtown is getting snatch and grab and all that, robbed. All types of sins are going on downtown. Selling drugs downtown now. Pretty soon they're going to have to go down on the rent. I tell you down there because it's so expensive to live down there. Yeah. Listen, people, we're going to have to. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Rep. Go ahead. I've been talking. Go ahead.
No, honestly, I'm not even mad. I noticed that since the looting in the pandemic, since we seen Lori, because Lori knew, she knew her own people. She knew what they had set up and made happen. I'm not even mad at IU. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at them for doing something. Really, you can't say they know better. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they was out here inside our own community, big and hey, can y'all give us? Tupac said it like this: I'm knocking at the door and I'm asking, and you saying no. They knocking at the door. Now I'm begging, you pouring stuff out the window on me. It's time to kick that door in. Situations will come to the fact that it'll make you so oppressed that you will have no choice but to take action. I ain't mad at our kids. They need to feel what we feel down there. I ain't mad at them. I know a lot of people will be like, man, this dude crazy for saying this, but I'm not mad at them. So if they down there getting robbed, that's what they want. If they down there getting carjacked, that's what they asked for. If they down there and their business is not safe no more, look, you remember Salmon? Look what they stood up there and they came over to Salmon and did our Black Wall Street. They better be lucky that our kids ain't go down there and did more than they doing. We're moving into a time where a generation is rising up and they're fearless. They don't care about those that don't care about us. Our kids ain't eating ourselves. We dealing with our own mental issues and beasts and everything, but all the stuff that needs to happen, man, let downtown have that habit. Let them have that habit because they need to feel what we feel. They need to start fearing in a way. They really wasn't. The first thing the white person say, or a police officer say, so they shoot down them. Oh, we were scared for our lives. No, give them a reason to be really scared now. That's how I feel. So that's the only way it's gonna get their attention. It sounds like.
You know, I want to say something too. It made me think about I think the young lady that just left the call. Somebody was mentioning, you know, something about basically the struggles like you just did, brother. And I was thinking about the young lady about 2 or 3 years ago over here on South Shore Drive, and she threw her kids out the window and she jumped out the window
Yeah.
out the high-rise building. And she said she was going to different places for help. She was going to different places for help, and she just couldn't get the help that she needed. And everybody kept turning her away. And she just felt like she had nowhere to go, no other choices. And she had to move back in with her, I think it was her father or something. I think she tried to drown one of the babies in the bathtub or something.
Yep.
Yeah. Listen to this,
That
people.
just
And she was
happened
just
right
really
before
gone.
the Lord likes
She was at wit's end.
Listen to this. Fraternal Order
You
President
remember
John.
that story, Martin?
Yeah, I remember. John Cazzaro, whatever his name is, told police officers to stand down when it come to crime in our neighborhoods. Did y'all remember that? He told his own police officers to stand down when it come to crime in our neighborhood.
You got to be kidding me.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
John Catanzaro. You
Yes.
got to be kidding me.
Yes, that's the truth.
That means just let it happen.
Right, of course.
Man,
of course.
they clowning up here. They be clowning over here.
Yeah, yes.
In South
He's so
Shore.
racist.
But see, let me tell you though,
He's so
the
racist.
aldermen are the gatekeepers too now. So don't forget that. So the aldermen have plenty to do with what goes on in their communities too.
A lot of money comes through their office.
Mm-hmm.
So when these businesses are ripping us off in the neighborhood, these different businesses in our neighborhoods are ripping us off and mistreating us, but it's still they get to stay in our neighborhoods like in South Shore, across 71st Street, it's because the alderman allows it.
Mm.
That's the start. Because they are gatekeepers. Because it's just like this. If you don't want certain things in your house, if you don't want nobody smoking in your house, you're going to make sure nobody comes in your house and smoke nothing. If you tell them no gum, no cigarettes, no sunflower seeds in your house, you're going to make sure that nobody bring that in your house.
Well, let me ask you.
Alderman is probably.
Let me ask you a question. Can you explain to people what a gatekeeper is for those that don't know?
The gatekeepers are the ones who are, for example, our aldermen. They're the ones who basically get compensated to turn a blind eye when all the bad stuff jump off on us.
Won't know.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else? The gatekeepers?
They're the gatekeepers.
What
They're
about
the gatekeepers.
any other people?
They watch it.
All the aldermen like that? You say all of them?
Not all the aldermen. I'm just saying it starts with the community too. It's weird, but see, the thing is that people are not standing up and fighting for their rights. Some don't even know that they have rights. Some are trying to make it their day by day.
So wait a minute, I got a question. So Lori Lightfoot was the gatekeeper for Chicago, and she cared about her area.
I'm gonna say Lori was pretty much a gatekeeper. If she was a gatekeeper for anybody, she was a gatekeeper for the LGBTQ and for them to get ahead. I don't think that she's
I agree.
a gatekeeper for
I agree.
all of Chicago.
Okay, right. Reb, I totally agree.
I agree.
I totally agree with you.
But the lady who said something about the South Shore, I'm pretty sure you're from South Shore. You just took me back to make this point. I was in the barbershop over in South Shore, and a friend of mine by the Harif Augustus, he got killed by the police around the same time that young lady jumped out the window with a baby. And Leslie Harrison was the alderman at the time over there. Now, if Harif Augustus, you know him, I will tell you he was an everyday working man. He had a FOI card. And he would.
I'm sorry to hear that because I saw it.
He would carry his weapons to protect himself, protect us in the barbershop, and he would go right home. He was never no problem. But the reason why that was able to happen, it was a time where they was going around and they was asking, hey, we need more police. And the same old thing, we need police. And Leslie, her excuse was after the murder of Harif Augustus was our constituent. not the community, not the residents, but our business constituents who are not black, who are Koreans, Walgreens over there, white people, all those that own it, they would have wanted to say more police. So as soon as Aretha Gustus, who had no right to be stopped at all, got killed, they came out with all these excuses and tried to make him look like a monster as if he was one of the ones out there causing trouble.
I agree. I agree. They did. They tried.
It was the constituents and the police that killed Aretha Gustus.
I agree. And I feel that the officer that did it, they should get the same treatment. I mean, that's just me.
It was a rookie cop that killed him too.
That's just me.
Mm.
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if you was a newborn. And you got if you coming for what you get. You gonna get what you coming for. But see, we in this community in South Shore, we allow them to do this to us. We allow them.
Mm.
We don't stand up.
And for
the few that do stand up, we get looked at sideways.
Looked at sideways, and it's a reason. It's a reason because of the disadvantage. Now, if there's any disadvantages, you could tell the disadvantaged communities. If you go in South Shore over there near 71st Jeffrey, those are disadvantaged people. Those are people that are struggling every single day. Those are people that have to deal with drugs because they're coping with their issues every single day. If you go over there in Inglewood, you look at the disadvantaged. Look at the people. You can look at the people, the way the people dress.
I agree.
You can look at the way that they look. These people are somebody too. They loved by God too. But the way that they looked at from the people that's in the loop in City Hall, and even their own people that's in their communities, that they feel that they better than them, they look down on them. So when things like that happen in these disaffected communities, they don't care. They so unheard of. Just close your eyes and picture it. They so unheard of.
Right, but look at this. Let me also tell you this. For example, it appears that our police districts are getting so whitewashed and watered down, which is also part of the gatekeeping, which allows them to do certain things to us. And so, for example, if you're calling in and you're saying, hey, I want to be anonymous, that doesn't always work. And
police
just like we
tail
used to
quick.
pose the question, right? But that just like we used to pose that scenarios to Mayor Daley when he was in office. We used to tell him, "Hey, how do you want us to help you when every time somebody tells you what's going on, the police come show right up at your door, so that the boys outside can see where you're going and know who called." That was a young lady. That was whose mom was a senior citizen, lived in Roseland, and they put her mom in danger. Her mom, she lives out here somewhere, and so when moms would call and say, "Hey, certain people are out peddling certain things," the police show up at the senior citizen's home at her front door and put her in danger.
Mm. Okay, people, we're going to end it right here.
But you want people to help.
We're going to end it right here. Almost 2 hours, 1:40. I've been on an hour and 43 minutes. It's almost midnight. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. This definitely is live, uncut, unedited. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all so much. We'll resume tomorrow.
You already know what it is.
Thank you,
live,
Rev.
uncut,
Thank you,
unedited.
Queen.
Tell the